You said stop sending AI vids. Everybody in the chat's a AI stan now. Okay, let's see this.
No 3DS and Wii U game on the eShop. That's 866 Wii
What? He bought all of them? Legitimately?
U games and 1,547 3DS games, including.
Oh, this man's bank account. You know what? He ain't even mad. You know why? Because this is a tax deductible. He deducting this shit, oh, hella hard off his taxes. Yo, Uncle Sam gonna be knocking next year and he gonna be like, oh, Megalol, 15K spent, deductible. On what? Check out this YouTube video real quick.
DSiWare, virtual console games, and DLC, equating to 1.2 terabytes on the Nintendo Wii U and 267 gigabytes, or 2,136,689 blocks on the Nintendo 3DS. That's right, this thing measures in blocks. And this whole ordeal took 328 days, required 464 eShop cards, and cost $22,791. This is how we did it.
$22,791? That's a W tax write-off. All for the sake of gaming. You said hot take, but a ton of people here send AI videos that are pretty bad humor-wise, so I hope you guys step your humor game up or we instantly skipping. Damn, Elder!
Back in 2022, Nintendo made a lot of announcements. Yes, new games will always get me excited, but the announcement that hit me the hardest was that the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS eShops would be shutting down on March 27th, 2023. As somebody who loves playing and collecting games, this sort of thing is always scary. When a digital storefront shuts down or games get delisted, countless titles run that risk of being lost forever. That's when I got a stupid crazy idea.
Bro, my man gotta shape up his beard, bro, cause like he got such a nice beard. If he lines that shit up just a little bit, that shit gonna be fire as fuck. Come on, completionist.
Idea. What would it take to save all those Nintendo?
Yo, line that shit up. Like if he did a little lineup,
step one of many was
it'd be fire.
Costs and storage.
He got a nice beard.
Unfortunately, none of the comprehensive lists online that we found included prices or even file sizes. So we spent 3 days compiling all of that data into a big spreadsheet. Once we had all that information...
Oh, of course. You gotta put that bitch on a spreadsheet, because then, like I said, tax deductible. It's donezo.
We were able to more easily march forward with our noble cause of preservation.
Gerard, there's absolutely no way the company can spend 18 grand on fucking Nintendo games.
Now, we tried to get a sponsor for this video, but nobody would bite. So we had to indirectly fund this project with a bunch of sponsors. Today's video is brought to you by our sponsor.
I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by today's sponsor. Once we had the money, it was time to add the funds to our eShop balance. At that point in time, we had just 2 options. 1, add funds to my Nintendo ID account with a credit card, or 2, use eShop gift cards. When weighing our options as to which would least likely trigger the bank to stall us out on our quest.
Here's my question. With all those games that he's gonna have, is there a memory card out there that's big enough? Like what is the maximum amount of memory that a 3DS can hold? I don't think a 3DS can hold a terabyte card. What, you said in separate storages? Because that would be like the holy grail of a 3DS if you had every fucking game known to man in the eShop all in that 3DS.
Quest, buying eShop cards physically in bulk seemed like the way to go. So I reached out to friends and coworkers to get this done. There was Team Relish, which contained me and my buddies from high school, Phil and Alan, as well as Toasty, one of my camera guy friends over at G4. There was Team Mustard with producer Michael, editor Pat, and my friend Alex Kramer. And then there was Team Ted, which was just Ted by himself.
Driving around town in Michael's car to buy up a bunch of eShop cards to get a bunch of games on video game consoles from 10 years ago.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The inner nerd inside of me, this looks like fun. Other people would be like, oh, I want to go to Coachella. Fuck this. I want to buy games for my 3DS.
Stop number 1 bonds. Here we go. 5 links.
We got 40 $50 cards that equate to $2,000 right here.
I will guard them with my life.
Yo, they instantly, I'm not gonna lie, he looked like a scammer just saying that. He got 40 cards and it cost 2,000 and it's just gift cards. Scammer, yo, my red flag scammer alert is starting to flag off.
We just learned that it is GameStop policy that you can only buy $200 worth of gift cards in a single purchase. So, you have to leave all of these.
Mikey.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we get a bunch of waffle makers? Does that count?
No, it doesn't.
Now, they probably won't let us walk away with all these.
Ooh, we got some Zelda. I mean Link. I didn't say Zelda at all.
Damn, you know how you could do this? If it's one purchase per person, what if you go on Twitter and ask a bunch of your fans to come in and all of your fans could grab like some money from you, like cash, right? And they all each, you give them all 100 and they all each go online and purchase this card and give it back to you. And then they could all be in the YouTube video. They just gonna run away with the money? Bro. You said I'm gonna get robbed? Man.
Why would I say that? That wouldn't make sense. That's not me, it's a joke. It's funny.
They said no, I can only pay as much as I could in cash, which is bizarre because they were saying they only take cash and debit, but not credit, which to me, if you're trying to buy and launder gift cards, you'd want credit and debit at the very least because you can track it better.
Exactly.
MVPs of our search were Target, Best Buy, and shockingly, Home Depot and Lowe's. Probably because nobody would think to do their Nintendo shopping at a hardware store. In a matter of hours, we had made incredible progress. But right at that finish line, disaster struck.
Hey, by chance, is Gerard getting a text flagging our information?
Mikey's card keeps getting declined.
The bank is still declining the card, even though it should be good.
I think we're short like 2K. And Mikey was the last line of defense.
Nah, of course. I mean, you're buying a bunch of gift cards. That instantly, like I said, is like red flag material. And you could imagine like the bank seeing that shit happening is probably like, whoa, this man's card got robbed.
Get us there.
Just an absolute wash.
We had the cards, we had the money. Best Buy wanted to sell them to us, but the bank locked us out. Today,
Yo, chat, when I used to work for Best Buy, shit like this used to happen a lot. And it's like the most embarrassing thing ever. I'm telling you, years ago, I had motherfuckers trying to buy like MacBook Pros, 15K plus, you know, trying to get accessories. And every time they made it up to the line and then they trying to make the purchase, the bank would decline the card. And I'm there just like, so what you gonna do? Like, imagine standing there, your card gets declined. So what you gonna do? So you getting it? You not getting it?
What's good, retro and community?
What's
I
up, Paper
just
Mario?
turned 20 on Thursday, and all I gotta say is I'm grateful for your streams and the community for the past few years I've been watching. Happy 36 months and thank you.
Yo, I appreciate it, Paper Mario. And you're 20? My man with the 20. Life just started, so all I'm gonna say is just, if I was to give you a word of advice for being so young, enjoy the good times. The good times that you're in with family, relationship partners, friends. Enjoy the good times. Enjoy the good times. Cause you know what I'm saying? It's like life is fast. Long story short, what I'm trying to tell you. Just enjoy the good times as much as you can. Have as much interaction with family, friends. You said don't drink. I'm not going to say don't drink. You could drink, but make sure that you do it accordingly, you know? Don't overdo it. And just take care of yourself now, because you're going to feel it in your 30s if you don't take care of yourself now. That's another thing. Because if you just spend day in, day out partying, drinking, fucking up your internals, when you hit 30, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, this shit ain't feeling right. Then in the 40s, you're gonna be like, I'm dying.
Capitalism took the big L.
But just take care of yourself.
Half of what we were supposed to get, I would have been impressed. But the fact that we ourselves got about half, That's phenomenal to me.
At the end of the day, even with all of our credit cards frozen, I knew we'd be okay. We knew which stores would be kind and which would restrict us. So, with all those cards in hand, it was time for the real adventure to begin.
Nintendo tries to stop us.
We had our money, we had all of our systems set up ready to go, and had our full list of games to purchase.
That makes no sense. How does Nintendo try to stop you? Nintendo's like, I don't want your money. Nope, I don't want your money. Like, what are you talking about?
All we had to do now was just fire up the eShops, load up all of the eShop card codes into My Nintendo Balance, and right away we ran into a brick wall. Now, I'm not sure if any of you at home knew this, but both the Wii U and 3DS eShops have a lot of restrictions. Most likely to prevent kids from accidentally bankrupting their parents, a digital wallet can only ever hold $250 in it at a single time. I thought the limit was specific for when making credit card purchases.
Bro, I didn't even know that. They have a limit of only 250 could be in the bank account. I mean, it's smart, like he said on Nintendo's part, because it's to prevent kids from, like, imagine spamming transactions onto the card. But goddamn.
I was woefully wrong. This is why it's stupid. This is why we're doing this. This is exactly why we're doing this. We have to add a balance, buy games.
Nintendo
balance,
taking L after L like crazy.
Balance, buy games.
Did some napkin math, and it's about $18,000 divided by 250 is 72. So we have to do this whole
72 times. Damn.
So I can't purchase and then hit download later.
Oh, and he got the best 3DS, the Zelda one, the Majora's Mask one.
For too many games.
So basically every 10 games, because we're only 10 on the list.
Yeah.
Look, Nintendo, I know you didn't mean to hurt my feelings. Let me tell you I'm mad at you. I bought $18,000 worth of these Nintendo gift cards that you tried to make sure I couldn't buy. I bought them all, and now you're saying I only put $250 at a time on your balance, on your stores, and I can only download so many games at once? Come on, man! I'm trying to give you money!
And to make all this sting a little more,
after redeeming several $1,000s worth of gift cards, the system locks you out. I have to wait almost 24 hours before I redeem any more cards, which puts a big...
Wait, what? They locked him out? Wait, huh?
The system locks you out. I have to wait almost 24 hours before I...
Bro, this is gonna be like a week-long process. This is legitimate gonna be a week-long thing.
Redeem any more cards, which puts a big problem for us in our plans, because we basically can only buy games every other day.
So, we called Nintendo support. A lot. We worked our way up the chain with different representatives to see if there was any way that these roadblocks could be removed or at least lessened. In all cases, it was a very straightforward and grim no, as those blockers were hard-coded into the systems themselves and they were not able to be adjusted with any individual account. Suddenly, I was battling a ticking clock, because even though we had the cash, I started to wonder if I even had the time to spend it all.
Okay, so you said good news, bad news.
Yeah, so we got some double good news. First things first, we got all of what we think is the remaining balance for the whole project, which puts us at around 22 to 23,000, which will take care of, we hope, the DLC for 3DS. The other good thing is that because of things like the Game Awards coming around and like other events and stuff, games are going on sale all the time for franchises. So that's actually solid for us. We might actually save some money depending on the week of when we download things. The bad news, going through our spreadsheets, games are disappearing. So there are games that I can't purchase anymore because they've been removed. The publishers are not renewing their licenses knowing the shops are closing in March of next year.
Oh.
Would be more manageable if it wasn't happening over Wi-Fi because downloading anything takes a long time. There it is, finally.
Unlike either of its console generation contemporaries in the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, the Wii U has paltry internal memory, with external hard drives truly being the only way to store everything. So, we checked around across various forums for the best external 2TB hard drives to hook up to our Wii U. We started the downloading process, and about 137 gigabytes into filling it up, we encountered an error message telling us that we were unable to add additional games because the storage was full. Now, we knew there was no way that could actually be possible. We had done the math about how much data we needed.
We can only have 300 icons on the Wii U at a time.
That makes sense, because you can make as many folders as you want that have hundreds of icons in those folders.
That's
No, I know,
crazy.
That's just what this forum says. It doesn't matter the amount of folders, it's the icons themselves.
Yeah, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, guys, but it's the exact same on the 3DS.
Despite having enough space, the icon limit kneecapped the idea of having every game on either system, ultimately requiring me to collectively stack up SD cards and hard drives. And when it comes to DSiWare, we hit an exceptionally bizarre problem. They don't save to an SD card. They save directly to the console no matter what. And the memory on the console is only 1005 blocks, or in our real world case, 125 megabytes of space. So, I had purchased and downloaded a few DSiWare games, and the 3DS would eventually tell me that I had hit the limit of my system memory, or that I hit the total number of allotted DSi icons. Then it was time to back out of the eShop, head to the system management menu, where I then would have to painstakingly migrate each DSiWare title to the SD card for my ever-growing tower. Then I'd have to go back to system memory, where I would then have to delete the now migrated DSiWare game to clear up storage. Then back to the eShop, scroll back to where I was in the download line, and begin the process all over again. And all of this happened before dealing with any of the DLC for either console. Now look, I'll start with the good. The Wii U has a streamlined system for DLC. You click on a game to purchase from the eShop, and well, bam, there's an icon letting you know that, hey, this game has DLC. And when you click on the game, you can even scroll down and immediately see what DLC is available to download.
Wait, they even bought all the DLC of the games? I thought they were just buying the games. They're even getting... Oh my gosh.
This largely made the process of filling out the Wii U library a snap. And if you want to see all the hidden gems on the Wii U when it has to offer, share this video with a friend or an enemy. I don't care. Views are views. And if this sucker gets 1 million views in 3 months, I'll make a video showcasing some of these weird-ass games that I found. I am not above pandering like this. This whole experience has completely broken me. But 3 months ago, I was already in far too deep. And that's before we even fully touched on the Nintendo 3DS and...
Oh no. Oh
Okay,
no.
Look, I have tried to be understanding and accommodating here, but the infrastructure and the user experience for the Nintendo 3DS is horrendous. The search feature is awful. There's no way to effectively filter out game trailers, let alone navigate, forcing you to click through every single page once you've been forced to start downloading games. Tags are outdated or flat out incorrect, but the single greatest bane of my existence is how the Nintendo 3DS handles DLC on the eShop, in that it doesn't. You cannot search for the DLC separately on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. It simply will not appear. Now, there is a category for games that have DLC, but the DLC is not there. You can only access the possibility of purchasing DLC once you boot up the games themselves.
Visit Sparkle Snapshot if you want to download new decorations for your photos.
I do want to download these weird things.
So here is where things are getting a little, where the costs are ballooning. Now we've got DLC, including DLC for Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy, Curtain Call. That game is already expensive digitally. There are also 5 pages of songs to download, which is 50 songs. That's another $50 on top of downloadable characters.
All right, let's go shopping.
When you think of Mario, with this set, anything you photograph can become a part of the Mushroom Kingdom.
So the cost of this game is basically triple what it says in the eShop.
Are you sure about this?
Are you sure about this? But in the most confounding anti-capitalist twist yet, some games would hide their DLC options, and many of these are first-party Nintendo titles. I shit you not. New Super Mario Bros. 2. You need to beat the first world, which is a ninth of the game, before the DLC becomes even available for you to purchase. You must play the game before you can pay more money to buy more game. And New Super Mario Bros. 2's bizarre practice of distanced DLC was not an outlier either. Fire Emblem Fates required me to play through 5 chapters before the DLC shop became available. Actually, it's 6 chapters, not 5. There's 2 more Fire Emblem games that have similar DLC requirements, and Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, you have to beat the game before you can buy the DLC, and that takes an average of 24 hours!
Damn, not Phoenix Wright. Yo, you gotta go through those annoying ass cases with Detective Dick Gumshoe and Old Bag? Oh, hell no, I would have been furious.
Ultimately, I do hope that I can play many of these games, and in purchasing the entire library, I am now able to do so. But because my Nintendo ID was now linked to a single Wii U and 3DS, playing a game meant potentially not downloading other games, and that sort of gameplay unknown made the ever-approaching calendar date in March that much scarier. But after months of work, it was done, and the task when completed actually looks, unfortunately, pretty unimpressive. Those hard drives and SD cards contain the entire Wii U and 3DS digital library. We did it! But I'm sure after all of this, you've still got one more lingering question.
Yeah. Why?
It's a big one, right? Why? Why did I do this? Why does any of this matter? Why go through so much effort and spend so...
You know why? It's because of the entertainment for the viewers, and also because of the tax write-off. Also, I guess you could say preservation to a certain extent. But I feel like the main core is because entertainment, tax write-off. And yes, preservation.
So much money that I don't have. Well, because all across the globe, developers did exactly that. They dedicated efforts and funds to get their games up on these various eShops. If you can't find the physical version of a game, or it was exclusively digital like most games were, the eShop would be your best bet. But with it all closed, all these recommendations from your friends can't help you anymore.
The very best games on Nintendo 3DS eShop that you should pick up before they're gone forever are Ace Attorney 5 and 6, Pushmo, Pocket Card Jockey, and Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix.
The only way to still play Duck Hunt, like old school Duck Hunt, is on the Wii U in the eShop.
Some of my favorites are Rhythm Heaven Fever is on the Wii U Virtual Console. Amazing. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix is on the 3DS, eShop exclusive. Incredible rhythm games.
My favorite games on the 3DS and Wii U, respectively, are actually Kid Icarus and...
Man. Now watch, there's gonna be that one person in the chat. You see, look, there he is. Look at Zav. Look, there he is. Look. I knew it. Look at y'all. Look. The second he mentioned Kid Icarus, it's just that one motherfucker in the chat. Yeah, Kid Icarus. Woo, Kid Icarus.
For the Wii U, it's definitely got to be Xenoblade Chronicles X. You get a mech in 50 hours in. You don't get that.
I felt it.
Game.
I don't know if this is a cop-out answer, but Gunstar Heroes. And I know...
Xavier Woods? WWE Xavier Woods?
Oh, I know Gunstar Heroes. Originally, it was a Sega game. Definitely a physical copy. But as far as being able to play it on the 3DS, that was the jam.
If you want a nice little Wii U game to...
Yo, Schiller. He still makes content? I haven't seen this motherfucker in like 12 years.
Have as a nice little treasure on your system, give Dr. Luigi a chance.
Do you have a minute to hear about my Lord and Savior, Pushmo?
Pushmo, baby! Pushmo World, 3DS, Wii U. Buy it today. You can't anymore, and that sucks.
Story of Seasons, 3DS. Where will I ever be able to find you again?
Goodbye to the Wii U and 3DS eShop. You were fantastic. You brought us a lot of games, a lot of software, and we'll miss you fondly.
But rest in peace, eShop. You really brought us some classics, and then you ripped our hearts.
Yo, in before Nintendo's like rest in peace eShop, and then they in like out of nowhere, just like right when they close it for the 3DS, they just open it up for the Switch. Imagine they're just like, oh, by the way, now you can buy all the shit you want for the Switch. Yo, imagine how they would feel after purchasing all them games.
Open.
Goodbye, 3DS and Wii U eShop. You were confusing to use, but you had pretty good music.
I will love you always.
Lost media is very real as far as video games preservation is concerned. Since the industry started, we run a daily risk of losing games forever. That's why this matters. And that's why I've been a longtime supporter of nonprofits like the Video Game History Foundation and their efforts to support the preservation of
Thank you, Tate Day, for the 100 bits.
Print media, and more. In fact, we started our own charity event, Preserved Play, which is an annual charity event to raise money for them. And that's happening this year on April 15th and 16th on my Twitch channel. And I will be donating these consoles and all the storage to the Video Game History Foundation in the very end, so that all these games can live on. So that's it.
You're donating all the games after you just went through all that fucking hell? Fuck that! For preservation, you say, yeah, why not? I ain't even gonna say nothing.
It's done. Every available game on the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS has been saved. It cost far too much time and way too much money, but it was absolutely worth it for the sake of game preservation. Thank you all so much for watching, and sound off in the comments below about your favorite Nintendo Wii U and 3DS games. I've been Gerard the Completionist, and I'll see you all next time.
Do you remember this nostalgia channel? He turned with a bang.
The funny thing is that this eShop music, instead of making you feel joyous and happy that you're buying a new game, it will forever make our blood boil.
Damn. What's up, Nep Nep? You said if I remember this, what is this?